So welcome to Blessing. This is Rekha. Today we'll see about how to find a particular element, because we know that, for example, if there in any web application, okay, if I have to log in, if I have to click on this element, 2 steps we do, right? Finding an element and performing some action on it, right? So to find an element, first of all, if I have to click on this element, right, this option, I'll have to find that manually. Also, I'll go with that and I'll see the look and feel and I'll find it. Via automation, also you'll do it in the same way. You'll find the element, then only you can click on that. So finding the element, because everything in the web page that you are seeing, it is a web element, right? If you want to perform some action, you'll have to find that web element first, then only you can perform action. If I want to now log out, I'll have to find a logout button, then click on it, right? So each and every operation, if you want to do, first thing is you'll have to find, then perform some action on it. So now to find the element, we have elements locators. There are ID, name, XPath, CSS selector, class name, tag name, link text, and partial link text. Okay. So as you saw, main thing is here is XPath, because throughout our journey, we should be very master and genius in XPath. Then only we can find all the elements, possible elements, whichever the element is there, you can find out. Okay. We'll see other elements locators in our upcoming sessions. Okay. Today we'll see about XPath. Okay. So when we say XPath, this is an elements locator. To find a particular web element, we can use a XPath. Now we'll see what are the types of XPath and how we can deal with this XPath. Okay. Now in XPath, you have two types of XPath. One is absolute XPath. Second one is relative XPath. Okay. We'll see now what is absolute XPath and what is relative XPath. Okay. Absolute XPath, always it starts with single slash. Okay. Relative XPath, it starts with double slash. I'll just show you now how it is. But keep in mind that absolute XPath starts with single slash and relative XPath starts with double slash. First, we'll simply see the difference between the absolute and relative XPath. We'll see now what is absolute XPath. Absolute XPath is the one. For example, I want to click on this gift card, right? So if I want to click on this gift card first, I'll have to find this gift card element. So what I'll do is I'll inspect this. Okay. Now this is my gift card element. Right. So just think that you're using an absolute XPath. Absolute XPath, if you're using, see, you have a LI. LI is a child of UL. UL is a child of div. So you have your entire hierarchy from top to bottom. It will be like that. Okay. See, it will be first HTML, then head, then body, then div, then this one, this form, then input came. After that, it will be in a hierarchical manner, each and everything. Okay. The parent topmost is HTML, then head, then body, then div. So many tags are coming. Then only you'll have to trace step by step. Then only you can reach to this A tag point, which is your gift card. So if you have to write the HTML tag for this, how you will do? First HTML, right? HTML, head, body, div. So how you will do? Single slash. Okay. HTML. Then head, okay, head, then div. Like this, you'll have to trace, then only you can come to your destination point. One by one, it has to trace. So if you take an XPath of that, okay, XPath of that, it will be this one. HTML first element, then div, then body, then div, then form, then div again, then div of that, it will come like this. Finally, you will reach to A tag, because this was my A tag, right? Where I found, okay, I'll inspect this again. See carefully this one. Final destination was A tag, right? What I'll do is I'll just put this. See, if I have to use my absolute XPath, I'll have to trace from root to top. Matlab, from the head to toe, entire tracing I have to do from each hierarchy. First, it was HTML, right? HTML tag first, then head tag. Okay. Then body, it will come in this way. Okay. It will be in this way. For example, see now, HTML is a child of this. After HTML, we came to directly to, instead of head, we came to body, right? It will trace in that way. Okay. Entire hierarchy, it will follow. Where we'll use this? Absolute XPath. Absolute XPath are fit for static pages, static web pages, in the sense, if the web page is very small, Okay, very small. And if it is static, it is not going to change in future. Okay, in that cases, we use absolute XPath. These are not like suggested and recommended to use in the real time. Okay, just I'm explaining you because they ask in interview what is absolute XPath or what is single slash. Okay, they'll ask this. Okay, this is how we do. This is all about absolute XPath or single slash, how we take. You guys understood. Now we'll see relative XPath. As I told you, single slash or absolute XPath is fit for your static web pages or the web page is very small and which is not going to change in future. Okay, because if the page is changing, okay, you have traced entire structure, right? If it is changing tomorrow and if you're using this, your structure will break. It will not work anymore because just div if they're removing, okay, it will not work. Just think your developer, he removed the div tag. Okay, this XPath will not work. Okay, so only it is not recommended to use. Now we'll come to relative XPath. Relative XPath always starts with double slash. Okay, double slash we'll see now. See, I'll choose to right click inspect. Okay, if I do Control F, A tag, right? Double slash, if I do A, whichever the elements are there with A tag in the web page, you'll be able to find there are 140 elements are there with the A tag. So if you find double slash with that HTML tag, it will try to find all the elements which are there with the A tag in the entire HTML structure, DOM structure. Okay, now just see. There are 4 types of XPath relative XPath functions, that is attribute, text, contains text, and contains attribute. Okay, attribute, the syntax for attribute is double slash HTML tag @ attribute equal to attribute value. For text, double slash HTML tag text equal to text value. For contains text, it will be like this syntax, and contains attribute, it will be this one. Now I'll show you practically how you're supposed to use attribute, how you're supposed to use text, how you're supposed to use contains text. Okay, let us see now. First, we'll see attribute. Okay, now just think, I want to click on this gift card. Okay, and I want to click on this gift card here. Whatever is there after your triangular brace, that is your HTML tag. Okay, everywhere equal sign is there. One some pink color, this value is there orangish, and right side blue color is there, orangish blue color. Those are segregated with equal sign. Equal sign left to whichever is there, that is your attribute. Right side whichever is there, that is your attribute value. Okay, so this is ID, whatever is that, just don't think of what is that. It should be ID is your attribute, this is your attribute value. This is your attribute, this is your attribute value, this is your attribute, this is your attribute value. Like that, we'll have to just take it. Equal to left side is your attribute, equal to right side your attribute value. Now, this is the A tag open. Here one brace closed. Again, A tag is finally closed, right? Between that one text is there. This is your text function. Okay, this is your text function. Now let us first see with how I take the attribute and attribute value. Now I'll take this ID is attribute and this is attribute value. And what is my syntax for this? HTML double slash HTML tag @ attribute equal to attribute value, right? So you'll have to memorize this syntax first before using any XPath. Okay, now double slash HTML tag is my A tag, and take this ID equal to attribute and this is equal to attribute value. Okay, this one, open this @ ID equal to attribute and double colon open. This is my attribute value. Always when you trace an element, when you find an element, if you want to find an element, perform some action on it, it should be one of one found. Once it is one of one found, when you are entering, clicking on this enter, if you do, it should highlight this particular element which you're targeting for. That is my target element, right? This is how we use a attribute. This is, we are done with attribute. I can use any attribute and attribute value. That attribute and attribute value should be one match, one found. One of one found should be there. Done. Now let us see how can I use text function. Just think that in your case, only A tag is there, okay, or any P tag is there, or any U tag is there, or any tag is there, span tag, anyone is there. You don't have any attribute and attribute value. In this case, just think like you have some text. Okay, some text. You don't have any attribute and attribute value. You just have A tag open, A tag closed. Okay, just think that your href is not there, ID is not there, target XPath, nothing is there as an attribute. Okay, or if it is there also, in that case also, I want to use this text function. Text function is the one, okay, which is there between your HTML tag, a tag open, here finally a tag closed, right? In between that, you have some text function. Understood? So how we'll use this is, I'll do this thing, 1 second. This I can use for contains text. Okay. Okay. Now, see, I want to find this Rekha Ram. Okay. Rekha Ram I want to find. In this case, span tag open, span tag close, right? You don't have any attribute. Understood? You don't have any attribute. I want to find this element. How do I find now? What is the syntax for text function? / HTML tag text equal to text value, right? My text value is Rekha Ram, right? Control F, okay, / my HTML tag is span tag, right? As you can see, it is a span tag because that is just there after your triangular brace here, right? Rekha Ram is my text function. So what is the syntax of this? / HTML tag, okay, text function, okay, equal to text function value. What is my text function value? That is Rekha Ram. That is there between the HTML tags. Okay, I'll place the Rekha Ram. See here now, 1 of 2 found. 1 of 2 found. Why it is 1 of 2 found? Because here one Rekha Ram is there, here one more Rekha Ram is there. It is finding in your web page you have with the span tag, this you have 2 text function called as Rekha Ram. One is here, one more is here. Understood? Now I know this is when 1 of 2 is there, it is highlighting this above element, right? 2 of 2, it is highlighting second element. My target element is second element. So I'll just make an object of this. Okay, I'll just make an object of this. Then I'll make it as a second element because I'm targeting to this second element. Then it will be 1 of 1 found. This is how we use a text function. Okay. Okay, now let us use like contains text function. Okay, contains text, how we use. Now just think, I have my gift card. Okay, I have my gift card. In this is my gift card. Okay, this is my A tag. Now here I don't want to use my attribute wala. I want to just directly go ahead and use my text function. Okay, that is contains text I'll use in this case. Okay, in contains text also, what is the syntax for contains text? I'll see / HTML tag contains text equal to text value, right? Okay, / HTML tag is, what is my HTML tag? It is A tag, right? It is my A tag. Here A tag is my HTML tag because that is starting right away after your triangular base. Okay, then HTML tag is done. Then what happens is brace open, contains, because that is what was there in my syntax, text. Okay, contains text. It is checking part of this text is there or not, comma. Okay, text value is gift card. Okay, I'll just copy this. I'll copy this and I'll paste this. Okay, so contain text when we use is, for example, I have this gift card. Okay, now I want to use a XPath of this. Okay, I don't want to use any attribute. Either I want to use a text or contains text. So I want to use this specifically contains text. Why? Because contain text you can use in 2 scenarios. Okay, either you have like, see here, when you find an XPath, you have along with your text, you have some space also, right? Or your text is very huge. If your text is so big and you want to use only part of it, it contains, it says it is a part of it, right? I'll just show you. See, when I'm just copying and pasting this gift card, I'm getting a spaces also along with that. Spaces also are getting pasted, right? What I'll do is I'll remove the spaces. I'm using a contain text. Okay, either you can use the full text or a contain text, anything. Now I'll close the syntax of this. See, here it will be 1 of 1 found. Instead of gift card, now can I give gift card? I can give, because it says like a tag contain text. With a tag, wherever contains gift card or gift CA, it should be a one match one found. Matlab, I can use a half of this text also. If it is a text function, I'll have to use entirely. If I'm using a half of it, I can use a part of it also. Understood? That is how the contain text will work. Okay, and when you do, it will be like one match one found. That is how contain text work. So you could see here why I use contain text, because there was a space also, and I wanted to use a part of it also. In those two scenarios, you can use contains text. Understood? Now we are done with like how we use attribute, how we use text, how we use contain text. Now we'll see contains attribute when we can use. For this same gift card, okay, same gift card, I want to use a contains attribute. What my syntax for contains attribute is, first you'll have to memorize all these four syntax: attribute, text, contain text, and contain attribute. Contains attribute is / HTML tag, contains @attribute equal to attribute value, right? Now I want to use this ID and this highlight gift card as the attribute value. Okay, Control F / a tag, okay, @contains, okay, @attribute. Attribute is what? My ID, right? Attribute is ID. Just I'll show you. See here, I'm using this ID as an attribute, right? Now I have used this equal to, in contains attribute and contains text, equal to will not come, it will be a comma. ID equal to some value. Value is what I'm using. I'm using this gift card. Okay, now I'll close this and I'm done with this. See here, one of one found. So in contains text or contains attribute, you can either use a full contains attribute or you can use a little half of it also. See, highlighted gift. See, if I'm doing all this, I'm getting this. But in the case of attribute and text, you'll have to use a full text and full attribute. In the case of contains text and contained attribute, you can use a part of it. That is how the difference between contains text and contains attribute. So when do we use this contains text and contains attribute? If your attribute value is so lengthy, okay, so lengthy in that case, or if your like text value is so big, just I'll show you this. Okay, I'll just log out. Understand now. See, now for this ID field, login field is there, right? This login field is there. For this, I want to find the XPath. So I want to use the ID as an, okay, ID value, whatever is there, or a name value, whatever is there. The attribute value is so lengthy, right? If you want to use a part of it in future, it can be too lengthy also. In that case, you can use a contains text or contains attribute. Okay, if your text is so huge, like welcome to blessing, this is so, and so, in that case, you can use a contains attribute. We'll see, wait, we'll just inspect this. Okay. See, in this case, between a div tag, this is your too big text, right? So between two div tag open, div tag close, right? Between these two, you have a text, but that is too lengthy. Just I'll show you. Okay, this is too lengthy. Control F. This is between div tag, right? I'll use a contains text for this. Okay, between div tag, one text is there. What is contains text function? Contains, okay, text, okay, comma, and value, right? Right. But what I'll do is, the text is so lengthy, but your XPath should be like short and it should be like one of one font. That is our target, right? What I'll do is, I'll just remove the spaces. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll close this. I'll do with this. Okay, contains text. I'll close this. Okay, one of one font. So instead of this, if I'm using little half also, see, it will be, see, it will be done. I'm just using, this was my text, right? I'm using only text till here. This is single text, right? So in that case, we can use a contains text. This is how it works. Okay, this is all about like elements locator. Specifically in that I have explained absolute XPath and relative XPath. If you like this, please do like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.